Hello.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you. My name is Lucy. Let's go around and say hello to everybody. Elson, hi.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Where are you from, Elson?
I'm from Brazil.
Where in Brazil?
Brazil.
Where in Brazil?
Minas Gerais.
From Minas Gerais. I see. And tell me, do you have any plans for New Year's Eve?
Sorry, I not understand.
Do you have any plans for New Year's Eve? Today is December 31st, New Year's Eve. Do you have any plans?
Family.
Family, I see. Like family meal? Eating
Yes.
with the family, spending time with the family?
I not understand.
What are you going to do with your family? Are you going to eat? Are you going to talk? Are you going to play games? What are you going to do?
I going to play game.
That sounds fun. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Elson. Let's say hi to Felipe. Hi, Felipe. Felipe, hi. Can you hear me? Felipe, your microphone is turned off. So we can't hear you, but we'll come back to you. Levani, hi. Levani, hello. Interesting. Martin, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Fantastic. Martin, where are you from?
I am from Mexico,
Where in Mexico?
Aguascalientes.
Oh, nice. And tell me, do you have any plans for tonight, for New Year's Eve?
I'll meet with my family
What are you going to do with your family?
to eat.
That sounds
To eat
nice.
food.
Sounds great.
Get
Thanks.
drunk.
Get drunk, very important, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks, Martin. Let's say hello to Trung. Hi, Trung.
Hello, Lucy. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you today?
Yes, today I'm fine, and I just come back to my hometown because I were in my hometown 2 days, and now I come back to my old house. I visit my parents 2 days, and today I come back to my house.
I see.
I think tonight I think now it's about 30 minutes is a New Year in Vietnam. Now it's 11:30 p.m. and we have 30 minutes in the New Year, and
I see.
I will to waiting for New Year and with my wife and my son.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Yes.
So you're going to celebrate with your wife and your son and say Happy New Year. It's the best way. Excellent. Well, welcome back. It's nice to have you here at Trump.
Yes.
Let's say if Felipe, can you hear us now?
Yes.
Great, Felipe. Nice to hear you. Can you tell us
Nice to meet you.
where are you from, Felipe?
I'm from Brazil, São Paulo.
I see. Where? Oh, São Paulo. I see. And
Yeah.
what are you doing today, Felipe? Do you have any
Today?
plans?
Yeah. Drink some beer, celebrate with my family.
Sounds nice. Sounds like everybody is celebrating with family today. I'm happy to hear that. Good.
Yeah.
And I see Martin has joined us as well. Martin, hi.
Hi,
Hi, Martin. How are you?
fine.
Good, good. It's good to be able to see you as well. Excellent. Martin, where are you from?
I'm from Aguascalientes, Mexico.
Excellent. Good. So we can see everybody here. Levani is the only one that we don't have. Levani, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Yay. Fantastic. Levani, hi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Where are you from, Levani?
I'm from Moscow, Russia.
From Moscow. That's awesome. Tell us, what time is it in Moscow?
20 to 8 p.m.
22:08. I see. And tell me, do you have any plans for New Year? For New Year's Eve?
Yes, I will celebrate the New Year with my family.
That sounds wonderful. Thanks, guys. Thanks for introducing yourselves. So now that everybody is here, let's talk about our topic. Our topic is about social media. Okay. Topic is about social media. And today we're going to talk a little bit about social media and the disadvantages of social media. So a lot of the time we talk about how social media is good. Social media is helpful. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the disadvantages of social media. Why is social media bad? We're going to read a story. We're going to read a story about social media and how it is occasionally dangerous. We're going to read a story. We're going to listen to it. We're going to practice some pronunciation and answer some questions. And then we are going to have a discussion about some of the disadvantages of social media. What do you not like about social media? And what are some other ways that social media can be annoying? Social media can be a waste of time. Social media can be dangerous. Any of these kinds of things. So we're going to discuss that. By the end of the class, you should be able to say some disadvantages, so some bad things about social media. That's what we're going to practice doing today. So let me ask Elson. Elson, what are we going to talk about in this class? What is our topic?
I not understand.
In this class, Elson, are we going to talk about the advantages or the disadvantages of social media?
Disadvantages.
Disadvantages, that is correct, yes. And Felipe, are we going to watch a video or are we going to read a text?
Sorry?
In this class, are we going to watch a video or read a text in this class?
Going to watch a video.
Actually, no. In this class, we are going to read a text. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So let me start with a question for everybody. I'm going to write the question in the chat so everybody can see it. Question is, which social media do you like using? Which social media do you like using? Levani, let's start with you. Which social media do you like using?
I like using Facebook and YouTube, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube is just social media.
Yeah, I think so. You can share, you can comment. Yes, let's say it's social media. Good.
And Instagram.
And Instagram, of course. Levani, can you please ask Martin the same question?
Which social media do you like using?
I always use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter.
What was the last one?
Twitter.
Twitter as well. Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, that's a possible one. So you use a lot of different platforms. Nice. Martin, can you ask Chung the same question, please?
Which social media do you like using?
Yes. I use I using I'm using Facebook and YouTube channel in a social
Good.
media.
Usually you would say I use. I'm using is right now, but I
Okay.
use social media. I use email. Or you could say I like using Facebook. I like using YouTube.
Yes,
Good.
I like using Facebook and YouTube channel.
Yeah, good. Trung, can you ask Elson the same question, please?
Yes, Elson. Hello, Elson.
Hi.
Which social medias do you like using?
I using Facebook. I like Instagram. I like use YouTube.
Yeah, good. And like you say, I like using YouTube.
I like using Facebook.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Good work. So let's take a look at our text. One moment, please. And I'll share the screen. Now, so let me see. Lavani, can you please read the title of our text for us?
Yes. A tourist distracted by Facebook falls off pier.
Pier. Yeah, falls off pier. Good. So I'm going to play this for you guys. I'm going to play it once. I would like you to listen and read one time, okay? And then we'll do some questions.
A tourist in Australia fell off a pier when she was using Facebook. The police had to rescue her. They found her in the chilly water. The woman said she couldn't swim. With Facebook or social media in general, if you're near the water, just pay attention. Senior Constable Dean Kelly said.
All right. So let's do a little bit of pronunciation practice. Elson, can you read the first sentence for me, please?
I'm sorry.
Elson, can you please read the first sentence? You can read out loud for us, please.
Test, please.
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
Repeat, please.
So I'll write in the chat. Please read the first sentence. Please read for us the sentence in blue.
Tourists in Australia fell off a pier when she was using Facebook.
Good. And Martin has a question about fell off. Fell off meaning, whoa, it's fall off. So, Lavani, can you read the next sentence for us, please?
Yes. The police had to rescue her. They found her in the chilly water. The woman said she couldn't swim.
Yes, good. Martin, can you read the last paragraph for us, please?
With Facebook or social media in general, if you are near the water, just pay attention. Senior Constable Dean Kelly said.
Be careful. Social media. Social media. And just pay attention.
Just pay attention.
Good. So let me ask some questions. Trung, what happened to the tourist? What happened to her?
The tourist was fell off a pier.
Yeah, exactly. So the tourist, we know that it's a she, because the police had to rescue her, right?
Yes.
The tourist is her. The tourist not fell off, the tourist fell off. You could say the tourist fell off the pier. Yeah, she fell off the pier into the water. Yes, exactly. What was she doing when she fell? Let me see, Elson. What was the tourist doing when she fell?
Using Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. She was using Facebook. She was checking her Facebook. Where was this? Where did this happen, Lavani?
Can you repeat, please, the question?
Sure, and I wrote it in the chat. Where was this? Where?
It was on the pier.
Which city or which country?
Australia.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, it happened in Australia. You see, Martin, who rescued her?
The police.
The police rescued her, yes. And what did, let me see, Trung, what did Senior Constable Dean Kelly say that people should do? What did he say people should do?
Yes, say with the Facebook or social media in general, if you near the water, just pay attention.
He said you should pay attention. Yeah, if you're checking your Twitter, checking your Facebook, right?
Yes.
Trung, tell me, how do you feel about this story?
I think this story is a funny story. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's funny, but it's tell with everybody have to pay attention when we are using a Facebook, when we outside. It's dangerous when we just focus on a Facebook or social media.
Yeah. Do you think that the accident was the tourist's fault? Do you think it was her fault that she fell in?
Yes.
She's responsible? Okay, interesting. Let me ask Elson. Elson, how do you feel about this story?
Repeat, please.
So again, Elson, I'm writing all of the questions in the chat. Can you see the chat? Can you
understand?
Okay, let me show you here. Okay, one moment. Here. Elson, do you see here? Here are our names. Here is the chat. Okay? So all the questions are in the chat. You can read them in the chat. Okay? So, question is, how do you feel about this story? How do you feel about this story? Is it, Trung said it's funny, but it shows us how Facebook can be dangerous. So how do you feel about this story, Elson? Do you think it's a funny story, a sad story, an interesting story?
Accident.
You think it's an accident? It's okay. You think it's an accident? Do you think it's her fault? Do you think it's the tourist's fault? Or not?
I'm not.
Okay. Why not? Well, let me ask some of your classmates. Lavani, how do you feel about this story?
I think this story shows us that majority of young people depends on social media very strong.
Ooh, well, that's interesting because it doesn't say was she a young person or an old person. Maybe she was an
Yes,
old
but
person.
yes. Mm. I imagine that she's a young person.
Me too. Me too. I imagine a teenager with a cell phone. Yeah, absolutely. So you think this story shows us something? It shows us about how we are addicted to our social media. Yeah.
Yes.
So thinking about that, do you think the accident was her fault or not?
I don't understand.
So if it's her fault, she is responsible, right? She is the one who takes responsibility. It's not the
She,
it's not the peer's fault. It's not Facebook's fault. It's not the ocean's fault. It's not somebody else's fault. She is the only one who is to blame. Do you think that's true? Or do you think Facebook is responsible for her accident?
I think she is responsible.
Okay. So she is responsible. Good. Let me ask.
She
Oh, yes.
has to more careful.
She has to be more careful. That's a good point. Yes. Let me ask Martin. Martin, what do you think? How do you feel about this story?
The story is sad because she could did and she can't swim. She could did using Facebook.
Exactly. It's actually quite scary, this story, because she fell off and she can't swim. Yeah. She could have died. You know, she was lucky she was rescued, but she could have died. Yeah. So it's also a scary story. Yeah, lots of different things. It's kind of funny, kind of scary, kind of cautionary. It's one way that social media can be annoying. What are some other disadvantages? We know that social media is a big distraction. Can you tell me what are some other disadvantages, Martin, of social media?
The social media could be waste of time because it's
Yes,
a distraction.
absolutely. Absolutely. Social media, you can waste a lot of time. Trung, can you give me another example of a disadvantage of social media?
With the social media advantage, I think when we are posting in the private information, it's not good for you. And I think it's a lot of liar in the social media.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. We could say misinformation. Sometimes we can call it misinformation, right? Sometimes people call it fake news, but I think a better term is misinformation, right? It's information that's lies, right?
Yes.
So a lot of the time, people can get some bad information from social media. That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Elson, can you think of another disadvantage with social media?
The social media, fake news.
Fake news is a big one. Yeah. Yeah, fake news is maybe the biggest problem these days with social media. Yeah, absolutely. We can't trust Facebook. We can't trust what we read online. Levani, can you think of another disadvantage of social media?
I think the social media have many information, and this information is not true sometimes.
Sometimes it really isn't. Not always, but a lot of the time it is not true. Yeah, that's the tricky part. Good. So let's review what we looked at today. Okay. Today we looked a little bit at social media and we looked at this accident which happened to this poor woman who fell off a pier while she was checking her Facebook. It could happen to all of us. It could happen in many different situations. We talked about how you feel about that story. Is it a funny story? Is it a scary story? Is it a cautionary tale? Is it an informative story? And we talked about whether or not it's her fault. Most of you seem to think it's her fault. She needs to take responsibility. Some people might say it's Facebook's fault. And we talked about other bad things or disadvantages about social media. Maybe misinformation, maybe time wasting, maybe trustworthiness. You did a great job today. Thank you so much, Elson, Navani, Martin, and Trung. And I'll let you go because, Trung, I know you want to celebrate New Year with your family. So
Yes.
Happy New Year to Trung and to all of you. Happy New Year. See you in 2019, okay?
Yes.
Take care.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. And
Goodbye.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.
Happy New Year.